Well, the thing about a woodcut is that it's kind of counterintuitive.
Take a block of wood and you carve into it with a tool. But in this case, we've used what's called a linoleum cut, which is just like a piece of linoleum you would see on your kitchen floor. This is much easier to carve into with a tool.
You can have different kinds of implements, different shapes, different cross-sections, and they're basically like miniature ice cream scoops. You cut into the wood with the scoop part of the tool and remove some of the wood.
So you take a tool and you actually dig out the areas that are going to print white.
Imagine how much control you would need when using these engraving tools to produce cuts and gouges and scoops into the wood with this kind of precision.
All the areas that you carve out will in fact print white, but the areas that are left in relief, which is to say the areas that are not cut out, will print black. What you can see here is where the angel is carrying the cross. The areas that are dug out in the parallel lines are in fact the ones that will print white.
You might assume that the black lines have been drawn, but in fact it's exactly the opposite. The black lines have been untouched, and the areas between them are the bits that have been scooped away by using the gouges and the engraving tools. It's really difficult to do because if you're not completely in control of the implements that you're using, then it's really easy to go kind of, to start cutting a very deliberate groove into the surface and then to go kind of careering off the end, and you end up with a line that's out of control. Once you've actually removed all the pieces of wood that you don't want to hold ink, you're ready for printing. Then what you do is you roll ink across the surface. It stays on the untouched, uncut surfaces of the wood, but it doesn't go into the recessed parts where you've removed wood from the surface of the block. And then you place a piece of paper over the top, and you can either rub the back of the paper with your hand or with the back of a spoon or with an implement that presses the paper into the ink, or you can run it through a press so that the paper and the ink touch each other, and when you peel the paper off carefully, then you get the ink transferred to the paper, and that's how you end up with the final print.